Hello, this is Top Preps Player Interviews by Sunil Sunder Raj. Tonight, I'm happy to be speaking with Jayvon Morris, a sophomore at Merritt Island Christian School in Merritt Island, Florida, from Cocoa, Florida, and a shortstop and right-handed pitcher on the varsity baseball team. Once again, Jayvon, thank you for the opportunity. Great to be speaking with you. And hey, congrats on your success here in the 2024 season so far.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hey, let's just talk about preparing for this season, putting that number 24 Cougars jersey on, uh, playing the shortstop, and then also being, I said, pitching as well. Uh, what does it mean to you, just to, be in this moment, a sophomore there, and again, enjoying immense success on the diamond?
It's been amazing. I've been preparing myself a lot for this upcoming season, and I felt like last year, I I I showed who I really was on the mound, especially, and I just wanted to continue that into this year, and and just keep going from what I did last year.
Yeah, that's terrific. Hey, let's talk about your recent performance. 8-0 win over Palm Bay Pirates after suffering a loss to Cocoa Beach, gaining redemption against Palm Bay after a 7-6 loss previously. Over 5 innings on the mound, did not allow a single earned run while fanning 10 hitters. Up at the plate, you went 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a double. Talk about it. I mean, being able to contribute on both ends. But again, dominating there, sit on the mound.
Yeah, when I step on the mound, like I just know like the game's under my control, and I just know what I'm capable of, and I feel like when I'm on the mound, like that's the best chance of us to win, and so able to do that and able to do hitting and really contribute on both sides is really great. And I feel like when I have a bad day hitting, I can always make up for it on the pitching side of things, and just anything I can, whether I'm off on one thing and just I want to help my team win.
Yeah, it's terrific. Overall, again, just sensational stats here. 2.86 ERA this season, 41, point 7 innings pitched, 3 games with 10 or more strikeouts. Just again, outstanding stats. Just being consistent, I said, I think that's really been one of your, in terms of being that, I said, efficient. What does that mean? Just game after game, just being able to improve steadily. And it just, again, all the hard work, on and off the field, again, reflecting, said during the games.
Yeah, like my coach always says, like he just expects it from me at this point now to go out there and just pitch like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think consistency is the main thing for me. Because I just being consistent, and because everyone knows what they expect from me, and I
Yeah.
know what I expect from myself and the standards that I set for each game.
Yeah, that's wonderful to hear. I mean, it's just again over, I think over 40, plus strikeouts, this season, and you keep on adding to that total. Let's talk about a couple signature, games here. 5-4 win over Calvary, Chappelle. Striking out 9 over 4 and 1/3 innings. That was a great game. Talk about that, and then striking out, I think 11 is said in another win, and then a 6-5 win over Cocoa Beach. So where you went 2 for 4, one double, one single, and 3 RBIs. Again, just again at the plate, on the hill, on the bump. I mean, you're able to again, just the numbers, just again are just incredible. I talk about that, and then a 12-2 win over Brevard County, throwing 75 pitches and topping 83 miles per hour. So obviously showing, said that arm strength as well on the hill. Talk about that, Javon.
Yeah, I feel like I made a lot of improvement from last year in terms of speed wise, and that was one main focus I had over the off season was
Mm-hmm.
just gaining velocity, and that's something that was a goal of mine this season was to be at mid 80s and to be consistent at that. And that win over Cocoa Beach was really big for us because we're a small Christian school. We shouldn't
Mm-hmm.
really have like these public schools on our roster or schedule, and we
Mm-hmm.
just go out there and we compete with them, and we were able to pull out a win.
Yeah, you bring up an excellent point in terms of the level of competition. Describe that, because I think that's important. Like, you're going up against, the best of the best. and being able to showcase your talent in front of a lot of people, I'm sure again is very important to you as well, Jayvon.
Yes, sir. When we play those big schools, obviously we're a smaller team, so
Hmm.
we get overlooked a lot. But I just feel like we just, no matter like how big we are, we always fight to the end. And so it's me. Like I don't put all the size like into consideration. Like I just go out there and we just play how we would play any other team.
Yeah, that's great. I think, just taking it as a challenge and just meeting it head on, I think is, crucial, for you and for the rest of the team. Hey, you've amassed numerous accolades and achievements, and I just wanted to rattle them off because I think it's just, again, a testament to, how far, again, you have, worked at your craft. Nationally ranked as a pitcher, actually number 42 in the top 50 of the state of Florida, number 2 in the state of Florida as a sophomore, ranked number 1 in 2A District 13 and number 2 in the Sunshine State Athletic Association, and ranked as a top shortstop for the class of 2026 by Florida Varsity Rivals. Also ranked in Max Preps Nation's top 100. When I just, talk about that, and, again, what comes to your mind? I'm sure it's just, again, you take a lot of pride and joy in that.
Yes, sir, I do. It's just amazing to see it on the stats because on when I'm in the game, I don't focus much on stats. I'm just mainly
Hmm.
focused about winning, and to just see that, that's a big confidence booster, and knowing that
Yeah.
I'm capable of doing, and I may be at a small school, and I may not be at a school that's top ranked, but I still can show my abilities to all the people out there.
Yeah, I said, well said. And I got a couple more here to add to the mix here. Named to the Perfect Game All-American 2024 list, named to the Perfect Game 2023 Florida Prospect Showcase, the top prospect list, top prospect team, and perfect game rating of 8. I mean, just again, magnificent, achievements. It really has got to be satisfying. I mean, again, before we came on the air, that you're a sophomore and you're just, again, electrifying. You're able to, like, rack up these, I said, uh awards here. What does that mean, like, just to have that, like, again, because that's very prestigious. I mean, this is, to see this list. I mean, again, what does it mean to be part of, definitely a special group? I said, definitely a unique group here. I said, it's not easy. I mean, it takes a lot of commitment and dedication to, be the best.
Mhm. Yes, sir. It means a lot to me, especially because this is something like I always wanted to be at that high level. I always wanted to compete with the higher guys, and it really just took that one showcase, in perfect game to really help me get my name out there. And I was really grateful for that. I was able to go to that, and I feel like from there on, just things have been working in my way. And because I've been struggling with this baseball and like hitting and pitching, and I was
Mhm.
getting to like the mental side. So, but I didn't let that affect me. I just kept on striving, looking for a next opportunity, and the opportunity was there, and I took it.
Yeah, that's outstanding. I wanted to talk about the fundamentals and techniques. Again, your primary position is shortstop. The description of your skill set is strong arm speed with the ability to throw across the diamond up to 85 miles per hour. Moves with athleticism in the field and shows clean actions. I really think it stems to, in terms of repetitions, practicing. Talk about that, because I think, again, the behind the scenes work, a lot of people don't get to see that. Jayvon, talk about that as well.
Yeah, I just want to give thanks to my grandpa because me and him always go out to the fields and we work and we always find new
Hmm.
stuff to get better. And every day, like he motivates me to go out there and to just work on it because um every day there's something to work on. And I just kept repetition after repetition.
Hmm.
And it was days where it was bad days, and and then I just had to go home and just think about it, and then we would go back in the next day, just keep going in the lab, and try to figure what's wrong or what I need to improve on, and
Hmm.
stuff that's gonna excel and take me to the next level.
Yeah, no, no doubt about it. Hey, just in terms of being up at the plate, you know, displaying your athleticism with a wide base, inward toe tap, and quality bat through the zone is some of your, again, your keys, to your approach at the plate. Talk about when you're up there. I'm always, wondering from a player's perspective, when you're facing the opposing pitcher, what is filtering through your mind once you step into that batter's box and then they're ready, for that at bat?
When I step in the batter's box, like I don't fear anybody. Like I have confidence in myself and the like what I've been practicing. And so I try not to think too much because sometimes I get in my head and I'm like, oh, I gotta do this right, I gotta do this right. But um I think I perform better when I don't worry about the outcome. I just play in
Mhm.
the moment and really just not stop stressing about it so much and really just focus on what I need to do.
Yeah, I mean, because everyone talks about the physical component of sports, especially baseball, but the mental part is just as critical because you got to be locked in, you got to be focused. I said, especially when you're up at the plate and on the mound as well. Talk about that because your videos have been impressive just in terms of your batting cage work, working on the mechanics, hand, footwork, bat speed. There's so many factors there. Describe that. And I love like some of your models. When I show up to practice, I practice the way I want to play the game. Never lose focus on the game you are playing. I know you live by that. Talk about like, just when you're because again, putting in, I said that hard work, that really again it shows up on the field as well.
Yes, sir. When I step on the mount or step on the field in general, I'm locked in. Like I know like what I need to do, and I don't let anything get to me like all the negative talk and anything. Like I'm just so zoned in on what I need to do, and even when the opposing team is talking, like I don't let that get to me because
Mhm.
I stay locked in, I stay zoned in, and that's how I try to do in practice. Like I try to stay out of my head, and so like when it comes in the game, like I don't worry about all that other stuff.
Yeah, that's tremendous. And again, let's now pivot back to being a pitcher. Again, throwing your fastball up to 84 miles per hour, mixing in a curveball and changeup. I think again, uh, the communication with your catcher is really again so vital during the course of the game. Even then, when you're warming up as well beforehand. Uh, Describe that process because that's really where it starts. I mean, then of course, even in practices as well. But again, once you get to game time, it's just an entirely different animal. But just again, go into that, entire thought process there, Jayvon.
Yes, sir. Me and him have a routine as I played with him for a while since I was like 13 years old. So me and him just had
Okay.
that connection. Like we know like what I can throw or what I can't or how to read the batter
Hmm.
and like even like before we have a little talk like where we want to set up at and things like that. And so when we're in the game, even like sometimes we have to call time and speak to each other because we like
Yeah.
to hear each other's both ways of like perspective on the batter. Like sometimes like he'll call me out if I'm doing something wrong or I'll let him know. Like we just have that connection. Um like if you tell me something like we're gonna understand and try to get it right.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, really think that's the key to success. I mean, because you're in a pressure packed situation, especially as a pitcher. There's a lot riding on your shoulders, and in terms of being able to mix up your pitches, being able to keep batters off balance, and again, that is you've been able to shine right through there. But hey, I wanted to ask you because again, it's 24/7, 365. Again, if you want to be the best, and you've met that, met that benchmark. But in terms of like the strength and conditioning, nutrition, rest and recovery, we talked about the mental aspect. Um, 5'11", 147, but strong as ever, strong athletic frame. You play varsity football and JV basketball, so year round you're keeping in shape. But what has been the perfect blueprint for you that has worked up until this point? I said you still have did this year 2 more years left to really again show people what you're made of. But what has worked for you up to this point here, Javon?
What has really worked for me is going out to the field mainly and just getting my swing down or just like simple stuff like that and just conditioning and trying to get in the gym and eat the right foods to
Hmm.
get my body right. Because I take care of my body. I feel like that translates well into the game. And my grandpa helps me stay on track with that. He helps me like let me know what I have to do to what to eat right and what to do right and different type of exercises like work different type of parts of my body that would translate to the game.
Yeah, that's great. I think again, uh, in terms of people tell you, you lift weights, but in terms of being flexible, durable, like just and the stretching. I think that's what I wanted to ask you is that people tend to forget you can pump all the weight you want, but you again that flexibility is something that again is so crucial. Talk about that because the amount of stretching you do beforehand, afterwards, icing down. I mean, I'm sure there's quite a few things that you implement. I said before and afterhand.
Yes, sir. And before practice, I always make sure to do my bands. I always make sure to stretch. And I'm not so big. I'm not a big like lifter guy. Like
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
like to just focus on just like the simple stuff on what if it's like my arm, my shoulder, like band exercises, push ups, shut
Hmm.
ups. Like I'm not
Yeah.
so big on just lifting, getting big. Like I want my body to be able flexible to pitch the best I can, to be as fast as I can, and to not be as stiff and to be more flexible, like you said.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, let's talk about playing baseball almost year round. I mean, you travel baseball. You played, club baseball, Diamond Code Baseball, Virginia Stars 15U. I'm sure a bucket list item for you last year was playing at Clemson University. So
Yes, sir.
had to ask you about that as well, Jayvon. But just what does that mean as well to be playing with other teams also?
It means a lot. I'm grateful I get to play with different types of kids on different types of levels. You really get to like know them a little bit more. And just playing at Clemson, like I could just imagine myself playing there, and it just felt
Hmm.
amazing to just step on that field and to play shortstop there and to
Yeah.
make the plays there. And I get to see myself in a few years playing there, and it's good to maybe look back at that moment and from where it all started.
Must have been in awe, like you're studying again in an SEC school, and just to be able to soak that in, that experience, and to say, okay, you know what, this is Division 1, and this could be a reality in a couple of years as well.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it really hit me like after that tournament, like all I could think about was that and how much I wanted to get better and how much like
Hmm.
I wanted it real bad to just play at that level and that competition because that's something like that's every kid's dream to play Division 1 baseball
Yeah.
and um that really just like flipped the switch for me where I was just like I'm gonna work harder than ever to make sure I make it to that stage.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, I wanted to backtrack to your freshman year. You were awarded the Community Credit Union Athlete of the Week for striking out 15 batters and setting a school record. I mean, that's just marvelous. I mean, just that again is, I'm sure something you will cherish forever. Just again, what talk about that game and even the first time you took the field as a freshman on varsity, but that game in particular.
Yeah, I wasn't really keeping track of the strikeout count. I was just zoning in and just
Yeah.
throwing in strikes, and I didn't even know how much I had to the end of the game. But
Yeah.
yeah, that game was nice, and I didn't even know it was a school record. Like I was just so focused in on the game, like I knew like which batter or which one. Like I was just working in off speeds, and I was just so
Hmm.
locked in that game that all that other stuff or stats and no hits just didn't matter to me.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be, so fulfilling because when you're just firing on all cylinders like that, especially on the mound, and where you're unhittable, like, guys can't just, make contact. That's just got to be the best feeling because knowing that everything is flowing again so efficiently for you.
Yes, sir. Yeah. When I step on the mound, I think I'm the best out there, and I try to stay humble and but also have confidence in a way
Hmm.
that God has blessed me with a talent, and I go out there and just use it to the best of my abilities. And I feel like I exceeded that, and it's just great to just help my team win and whatever I can do. and I know they count on me, and I want to make sure I be there for them.
Yeah, it's a great attitude to have, a team player, I said 100%. Let's talk about this team, specifically the coaching staff at Merritt Island Christian School. Head coach Matt Handwork. What has he meant to you in terms of your development, his leadership? I'm sure that's, again, played a pivotal role in your success as well.
Yes, sir. I know him for a while. I knew him since I was 11 years old. So
Okay.
we had that connection, and he was the main reason why I came to that school.
Okay.
And so he knows me as a ball player. He knows me like what I can and can't do, and he knows my abilities. And so just being with him and learning from him, like I always respect him, and I know like he wants the best for me. And he is just a credible guy and just one of the best coaches I've had.
Yeah, no, it's great to hear. Hey, again, you've been playing baseball for a while here. What makes the game so special to play? So, what are some of the intangibles of the sport? Whether it's practices, games, uh, it's just the little minute details that really stick out to you and say, okay, you know what, this is the game I'm passionate about. I want to excel at. I want to play for a long time to come. Eventually, college, and beyond, professionally. What is it that really makes the sport stand out?
Um, what makes it stand out for me is just like how it's like the teammates and like the friends I make along the way. Like
Hmm.
like I fell in love with the game at such a young age, and that stuck with me, and I don't think that would ever go away.
Hmm.
And it's just something like when I was little, when as soon as I picked up the bat, like I just knew like this was my sport, like this is what God has called me to be, and I'm gonna make sure I live up to that dream. And it's just something about the game, something about just being on that mound, being on that field that just it distracts me from all the stuff in life, and I get to
Hmm.
focus on the one thing that's been there for me from when I was younger, and just my way of escape from reality.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Again, well said. So I'm just wondering, do you remember the first time that you played in a baseball game? Put the
Yeah.
uniform on. I mean, that's to put the uniform on, the hat on, the cleats. I mean, that's something in itself. I think because here you are, ready to go into basically in battle. But what does that mean? Like said. But just talk about like if you recall that time. I know again, probably a long time ago, but just those early days of playing, baseball.
Yeah, at the time to me, it was just a game, but now like I
Yeah.
really like cherish those moments because it really made me to who I am. And I really
Hmm.
realized over the years, like, I'm grateful to even be on this field, to even put on this jersey. And you
Yeah.
never know the last time you're gonna put those cleats on and your last at bat or last pitch. You never know what can happen. So I like to
Yeah.
cherish every moment I can, even the bad times, because the bad times,
Yeah.
I like to cherish the bad times because they help me motivate me and get me better.
Yeah, definitely. Just a learning experience, and whether it's the pros and cons. Okay, have to ask you regarding Major League Baseball, shortstops, pitchers that you pay close attention to, and really, try to take away, some of their tendencies and the way they approach the game, the way they play it, and really try to sort of mix that into your routine as well.
Yeah, I like the swagger from Ronald Acuna from the Braves,
Yeah.
like the way he handles himself
Yeah.
and the swagger that he plays with. I also like Mookie Betts,
Hmm.
how cool, calm, and collected he is,
Yeah.
and the way he's consistent at hitting. Like he's always like getting on base, and I like to take a lot from that and the way his swing is. And he's just like I could sort of relate to him.
Great. Hey, let's talk about highlight videos, incorporating technology into your game in terms of your the batting cage work, practices, hitting and throwing techniques as well as pitching. There's so many platforms now where you could really post your content. In terms of Twitter/X, Instagram. There's Max Preps. There are a bunch of them out there. How much has that played, that type of role, like, really in getting your name out there, and letting people said, no, look, these are my accomplishments. This is what I've been able to how I've been able to perform on on the baseball diamond. Just describe that as well, Jayvon.
Yeah, it was great because like I was doing all like this good achievements, but I had nowhere to post it. And I finally
Hmm.
realized that if I get my videos out there to people, more and more people will see me, and more and more people get to know about me. So
Hmm.
I'm glad I created this Twitter account, and I was able to get a good amount of followers to post my content to. And it was just, I feel like that's where everything just started to skyrocket for me, and people
Yeah.
saw my name and saw like the accomplishments that I have and the awards that I received.
Yeah, again, that's terrific to hear. And let's talk about the support from Merritt Island Christian School in terms of the student body, the administration, athletic department. What have they meant to not only yourself personally, but the rest of the team?
Yeah, the school's been great. My guidance counselor really tries to help me to get to college. Like we sit down, we have a talk like about my grades and where I need to be at, and she really
Mhm.
cares for me and really wants me to succeed. Same thing with my teammates. Like, uh, I give thanks to them because they motivate me every day to be better, even if it's like constructive criticism at practice or whatever it
Mhm.
is, and just the support from all the teachers and the kids from the school always coming up to me and telling me how great of a ball player I am, and that was a good game that I played, and always just congratulating me on the wins.
Yeah, that's so nice to hear, and to receive that that positive feedback. Yeah, talk about that. Playing home games. Having that support from the school, especially the student body. I mean, what does that mean? Even to have administration, athletic department out there. I'm sure that really is. It's a great feeling just to have that. That win behind your back, and just people rooting for you and the rest of the team.
Yeah, it means a lot, especially when you're a small school, and I feel like that we're because a lot of people don't really find baseball that like fun, but I
Hmm.
feel like when they watch us play, we bring energy to the game, and like we show that spark that people don't really see in games, and that brings more and more people. Because from the start of the season, we didn't have much, and as game goes, we get more new people out to watch us play.
Yeah, it's great to see the popularity growing up. Hey, it's just not being an athlete, it's being a student athlete. You've been able to balance out the roles as student athlete, you know, flawlessly. 3.4 GPA. Talk about because I think time management organization really do matter. They play such again a critical role in terms of your success and uh, I mean, it's not easy being a student athlete because of the commitment you have towards, athletics. But again, you've been able to flourish in the classroom. Describe that, Javon.
Yes, sir. And I know that school comes first, and if I want to get play college baseball, I have to have good grades. So um even if I have to take a step away from baseball just to get my grades down, that's something what I'm able to do. That's what I have to do because that comes first, and I know that once I step in that classroom that I have to lock in and focus and no messing around because this is my future, and this is a dream that I have and that I want to have.
Yeah, no, it's great. Again, just you really have just in terms of those values and beliefs, set, in place. Hey, I wanted to ask you, need, in terms of support, a strong family, which you have. You live with your grandparents. As you said, your grandfather is your trainer and coach. Your grandmother is your biggest supporter. Just talk about what they've meant to you, said along here with your, academic and athletic journey, especially in the game of baseball.
Yes, sir. My grandpa is one of my biggest supporters. He's been there for me. He's been my trainer, and like I don't know where I would be at without him. Like he's really like motivating me every day, and to go on that field and to just hit and to just like really like flip the switch for me. And just to my grandma, just being there for me since always supporting me, and even after the bad games, just comforting me and letting me know, and always being on top of me about my grades and making sure that like I have that first because that's very important, and that that I need that to where I need to go. And I'm just
Mhm.
grateful that for all the traveling that they've done, all the money that they spent for me to go to these tournaments, to go to these showcases, because they help me get the recognition that I deserve, and they want me to live out my dream to the fullest. And I'm just so grateful that they care and that they want the best for me.
Yeah, it's fabulous to hear. And I wanted to, mention your dad, also a great baseball player, played high school basketball and football. Just, I mean, it feels like father, like son, following in his footsteps. And I wanted also to further more, I wanted to say that your great grandfather, a Medal of Honor recipient that was honored, I believe, at a game. But talk about your dad and your great grandfather.
Yeah, my dad has a good sports background. I feel like that's where I get some of my athleticism from.
Hmm.
And like my grandpa tells me sometimes like we have the same sort of way. Like he sees on the field, like he could kind of like see us. Like when he looks at me, he sees him.
Hmm.
And so, and to my great grandpa, that's just something like amazing to just be able to tell people about that. I get to tell stories about him, and he's been a great soldier, and he's fought in the war, and he's just a fighter. And like I like to look at that and just be a huge inspiration to me that no matter what, just to keep fighting. And if he could go through that, then I could go through any challenge that I have.
Yeah, that's again, that's just fabulous to hear. Hey, before you get the final word and message here, Jayvon, which is well deserved. I think you're in a great spot. You obviously are just a terrific role model, for the younger kids and athletes out there. As you know, we live in a very competitive world in terms of athletics. I mean, there's so many people vying for these spots, especially, to move up that ladder, eventually, play at college and then, beyond. But I'm wondering what advice and message would you give to the kids out there that are watching this interview, just in terms of succeeding in athletics, academics, and then just trying to find what they're good at. I'm sure that took a while for it to evolve, but you found your niche, you found your comfort zone. But what would you say to them?
So don't let anyone tell you that you can't do, because I had a dream. I had a lot of doubters. I had a lot of haters that would try to come at me and tell me something I did wrong, or try to fix my swing, or just try to like do anything that would try to take me down. I had coaches that would try to criticize me and to call me out, and but I didn't let it affect me. And just don't let it affect you, and just keep on moving. Like if you have a dream, you stick to it, and you go with it no matter what. Like it's not always gonna be sunshines and rainbows. There's gonna be hard times, but we have to keep going through it, and it's just part of life. And um the road the road's not gonna be easy. There's gonna be bumps there and then, but at the end of the day, you're gonna look back, and once you make it and be like, I was able to overcome it, and I was able to get past it.
Yeah, words of wisdom. I mean, you speak the truth, and I think that's you come across as being authentic and genuine there, and again, just amazing. Just in terms of dishing out that advice, to the younger kids athletes. I think here across America. Okay, Giovanni, you get the final word and message here. Well deserved, as said. For family, friends, coaches, teammates, the student body, administration, athletic department at Merritt Island Christian School, and the community of Cocoa, Florida. So I wanted to give you the floor. I'm sure there are a lot of people you want to thank here, Javon.
Yeah, first and foremost, I want to thank the man above for the talent that he's given me. I want to thank to my grandpa and my grandma, my biggest supporters that have been there for me since day one. I want to give a shout out to Coach Matt Handwork, my coach that has really helped me make me to a different ball player, or help me control my emotions. I want to get thankful to my teammates, Braden Murphy, Anthony Alexandrini, Bodie Handwork, for being with me these last 2 years. It's been an honor to play for this team, and I'm grateful that I get to play the jersey and get to play with them on the field and share the field with them. I'm grateful for the school that I'm at and everything that they've done for me and everything that they welcomed me into the school last year when I just came in, and just welcomed me and helped me feel like this is home. And they really just made me feel like this is the place that I want to be.
Yeah. again, just well said, and again, paying homage, to everyone who's helped you, reach this point again in your athletic journey, especially the game of baseball. Jayvon, just a true honor and privilege being able to speak with you again. Congrats on your success. Season is still not over, still ongoing here in the 2024 season. With the Merritt Island Christian School varsity baseball team. Again, wishing you all the best of the rest of the season, and
Yes, sir.
there's more to come. I said 2 more years after this, and can't wait to see what you do, and just keep up again the outstanding job.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.